Hello, I'm Dr. Regina Hernandez, and I want to thank you for joining me in introducing Classroom Miracles' very first podcast. So, Classroom Miracles is a book that I authored in 2016, and this book is a compilation of 93 miracles that are based from real-life experiences that teachers go through. They're actual authentic stories from real life experiences. So these experiences did happen to me, and they also happened to an infinite amount of teachers, because this is exactly what happens at a Title I school campus. So like I was saying, that's how Classroom Miracles came about. Every morning, every afternoon, and then, of course, every evening, I'd, always journal. And by the time I finished my PhD in adult professional and community education, I was just in a writing mode and was able to keep that discipline going, and got the editing and revising and editing and revising thing going, or that process going, so that I was able to, push out this book that's intended to really just provide emotional support for teachers who are going through a stressful time in their profession. And that's the beauty and horror of teaching. You can, it's like a roller coaster. There's those highs, and then instantly there's these lows, and it's because you're working with humanity. And teachers have like 32 students in a classroom. Majority of them are special ed, and the other are other marginalized subpopulations, like I don't know. English language learners, or at-risk kids. It's just, you're dealing with a hodgepodge of people, and so there you go with the ups and downs. So the book it was therapy for me, because after 12 years, I made the call and decided to resign. I was going through a lot of stress, and the book really was my therapy. I would write about, the beauty of the profession, and I just wanted to leave something for my colleagues who were still in the trenches after I decided I needed to move on and pursue other avenues in education. So that leads me to bringing this podcast into reality. It's my very first podcast, and this podcast is coming from my intention to provide support for teachers by establishing a platform where educators, teachers, stakeholders, we can all have at least a short dialogue that's meaningful and authentic, and makes an impact on concerns and issues that teachers are experiencing in their everyday reality. So that's the intention of this podcast, to provide support for teachers to validate what they're experiencing. In the sense that we are supporting them. We're here to make sure they're okay, their well-being is more than okay, that they're thriving in their curriculum and instruction, and in happiness in their profession, because they're the ones that are directly working with our youth. And it just amazes me how we say we revere teachers, but our actions in government and in public and in private business really reflect the opposite. So having said that, it is June, And I really am hoping that our teachers and educators are spending time with their loved ones, or with their babies, or getting healthier, spending time in that sun, just warming themselves up, because Labor Day, once that Labor Day is upon us, I mean, it's just back to the pavement running a marathon. And so I really am hoping that our teachers are taking care of themselves. So that leads me to the future of this podcast. Now that I wished our teachers some good vibes, in the future I'd like to showcase educators from all different backgrounds, from that are local, that are from out of town, that are out of state, and just engage into some best practices, what's really working from their experience with the kids, and what are some concerns that need to be addressed, so not only we can prevent them, but we can also, get an idea of some patterns and not only prevent, but create different opportunities for success by addressing these concerns, so that we're not being just so reactionary. We're responding and then being innovative with when we come together to collaborate and have these discussions of education and student learning, lifelong learning. I want to post these every Monday, so that our educators can, listen to this throughout the week if they feel like they need that type of audio support, or want to listen to the podcast throughout the week if it's coming, or if whatever we're talking about is something that you experienced, or if you want me to discuss something, or you have some suggestions, educators have some suggestions, or stakeholders have suggestions and of what would be a topic that you'd like to hear on the podcast, if you can send that in to me throughout the week, by Monday I can have something hopefully to address what you wanted to talk about. And so that's, what Classroom Miracles is about. It's about providing a platform to support teachers in the sense of engaging in dialogue that is on topic of what teachers want to discuss, and to come up with some bring in some collaborators or other experienced educators or novice educators, and really celebrate what are our successes and what are areas of concern, and just being authentic in education. So many times we watch the news, or we read the paper, or our administrators are talking about subjects and are telling us one thing, but when we work with the kids, it's like we're experiencing something completely different. And why is there just this drastic contrast of my perspective and your perspective? And so here's a platform maybe we can here's a platform where we can come together and have some authentic dialogue of education and of public education. any feedback is appreciated and encouraged. My email address is Regina Hernandez Consulting at gmail.com. I have a website, www.reginahernandezconsulting.com. If you want to learn more about the type of coaching for teachers that I provide, which is geared in the emotional and mental well-being for teachers, not necessarily the curriculum and design and instruction, because, districts already provide those type of coaches, and they already have their set agendas about about the curriculum and how they want it instructed. So if you're interested about my teaching, my coaching for teachers, you can learn more about that on my website at reginahernandez.com, reginahernandezconsulting.com. Any feedback, if you want to email me, it's reginahernandezconsulting at gmail.com. And I've got a YouTube channel too, with the handle of Texas Scene, TEXASSEEN. And there I have all the 93 miracles in video format uploaded, and it's available for anyone who wants to learn about those miracles on my YouTube channel. And so I would appreciate it if you subscribed. And again, thanks a lot, and I love you for listening. Bye.